Welcome to In It to Win It. This is Steve Barton, and thank you for tuning in. We're here for Monday Market Moves, what happened last week in the markets, and what I expect for next week. Alrighty, let's go to the charts. Starting out as always with the S&P 500. Okay, so exciting times here. We hit a new all-time high on the S&P 500. Just snapped a new one off day after when the election results came in and continued to climb. Got an all-time high here of $6,012. Closed the week at $59.95, up 4.6% for the week. So our 6,000 target has been achieved. As far as next week, I think it's still going up. I mean, this is pretty crazy, but I think we're still in clown world. I think it's still going to go up. The dollar is up 0.6% for the week. I thought that this would get weaker because they're cutting, but I think there's some of the election premium in this. So I think, possibly some more upside here. It sounds crazy. The Fed cut 25 basis points and the dollar shot up. But I think we'll call it the Trump premium right now. And the 10-year yield minus the 2-year yield, this thing lost quite a bit over the week. We may actually kind of get into, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we did this. If we look back here at 2006, okay, see how it uninverted, then inverted again, then uninverted, then reinverted, and kind of danced around this little zero line for a little while. It did the same kind of thing back here in 1989. I could definitely see us doing that here for this time around, coming back down below and like that. I think it's generally going to follow this 200 moving average and then start climbing. And 1-month treasuries are getting down 4.6%, so that's what your cash is paying you. And VGIT is up 0.3% for the week, although it doesn't look like it according to this chart, but it is slightly up, had a bounce right there. That was the Fed meeting, and then it bounced up. I don't know. I thought about taking another position in this. I think I'm going to just let this one ride out for 6 months or so and see how it does. Gold, story of the week, down 2% for the week. So it came down, touched the 50 moving average, and then bounced up. I've got a lot of questions, so I'll just address all those right here. I got a lot of questions on precious metals. Is it time to sell gold? I actually had a friend call in and ask me if it was time to sell a physical stack of gold because as soon as Trump got elected, gold went down. Okay, I think what happened here, this is just me guessing, but I think what happened is that some Americans, because if you zoom in on the time frames on this, you can tell that it was the American market that brought it down. I think that some Americans bought gold as a fear trade of if Kamala won. And when that didn't happen, they sold. And although I think that gold would have done better under Kamala, I think it's still a great trade for Trump. I think it would have done really well under Kamala, especially, with her talk of the unrealized capital gains tax. That basically would have made the stock market not the bet. I would have been out of a job, and the bet would be physical gold and then go fishing, and that's it. But, that's off the table now. Doing price controls on grocery stores that are averaging 1.4% margins doesn't get you cheaper groceries. It just gets you no groceries. Because if they can't sell potatoes at whatever the required price is, they simply don't sell potatoes. So then we don't get food. So that would have been an amazing environment for gold. I think it would have done very, very well. And the people that were buying it in that fear, I think, sold. So there's that. But I think what those people don't understand is that gold should still do really, really well under Trump. Not as well as Kamala, but still really good. He's not cutting spending. He's going to cause a lot of inflation through import taxing. They're taxing the imports. So, I can't look around my office right now without finding 9 things that were made in China, right? And if he taxes Chinese imports, then we simply pay 3 times as much for the same thing. The government collects the taxes through that, and that's how we keep inflation going. I imagine under Trump, he won't allow us to buy a Chinese electric vehicle. They have BYD has this Seagull electric vehicle that costs $10,000 to $12,000. I think he'll tax it and make it cost $30,000 to us, and at that point, you're just going to buy a Tesla instead of a BYD. So I still think gold will do really well under Trump. I just don't think it'll do quite as well as it would have under Kamala. But yeah, I see no reason why we're not at $5,000 gold, by the end of his tenure. He's not talking about cutting any spending. He's not talking about debt and deficits. I think the debt is just going to continue to grow, and with it, the price of gold. All right, so moving on from there, gold divided by the S&P 500 ratio fell quite a bit, got down to 0.449, so fell by 6.3%. Joe pointed out this pattern that I didn't notice, but it looks pretty clear to me now. The inverse head and shoulders here. So we got the left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And if we do a measured upside target here and just trace from the top of the head up to the neckline here, you get a 0.087. And if we project that out and basically project it up, 0.807 from there, 80, right around there. That would put the ratio at 0.57, so significantly higher than it is now and above the 50% mark, which should make gold go bonkers. CEF down 2.6%, performing pretty well. I drew this little circle here to highlight that it came down and pretty much perfectly touched the 50 moving average and then bounced up. Not a coincidence in my opinion. And AMP, he says, hey, Steve, I'm looking at CEF at 20 to 21 buy level. You did not show your level on that one, or PHYS or PSLV, these next two. What do you think of 18? Okay, so basically here's what I'm looking at. I would say the first entry point, like let's say you don't have any and you're like, oh my God, I just realized that gold and silver are the bet. Start with your physical bet with this one, and around that 50-day moving average probably now is fine for your first 10%, 15% starter position. Then after that, it would go down here to 2360. That would be your next one. And then I like this level a lot right down here, 2175. That would be like the equivalent of gold getting down here to like 2300. So that's kind of the level there. And then for PHYS, same kind of thing. If you don't have any and you just want to get a starter position right now around this 50 moving average, then 1950, then 1875. And you can kind of see as I flip here between that chart and the gold chart, they look very, very similar, and it's because it's the same bet, right? And then PSLV, this is essentially the silver bet. I don't mind a position now. Silver's around lower than 32. This $10.20 level right here would be about, what would that be? That'd be about $30 silver. And then this one down here, this $9.50 would be about $28 silver. So that would line right up with this 200 moving average. So I think those are kind of your bids as I see it. So PHYS down 2.4% for the week, and PSLV down 3.5% for the week. But those are the levels I see. AMP and GDX is down 2.1% for the week. Kind of hit a first little bid here, so that's cool. Broke through this $38 mark that we drew a while ago, and that's just a double bottom, just lining right back up right there. And so that would be your first entry if you wanted it. If we get down here to like 36 along this rising 200-day moving average, and it kind of times up pretty good around there, I think I'll make I think I'll get back in some more into GDX. And GDXJ is down 2.6% for the week. So down a little bit more than GDX. Still kind of in this channel right here. I'm a little cheap and I have kind of a lot. So, I would probably get more down around this $43 level. But if this approaches this white line next week around 45, 46, I think that would be a good entry point in GDXJ. Franco-Nevada fell out of the sky, had less than stellar earnings, although I didn't think it was terrible. It just a little less than they expected. But look at what you got here. So we've been talking about this for a while. Just any entries around this 200-day moving average, and it looks like we've been hitting it. So if you picked that up on Friday, good on you. I think anywhere around there, 120, 121, 122 is pretty good. So yeah, like that one a lot. The best gold royalty company on the planet. Wheat and precious metals down 0.5% for the week. I wrote my biases down, but now that I'm looking at this, I'm not quite so sure. Kind of looks like it's going to go up next week. Don't really see any entry points on this. We want to see the RSI and everything kind of sell off a little bit and get closer to this $52 mark. EMX royalty down 2.2% for the week. So I think now is a good time, right around this 200-day moving average. RSI is still kind of middle of the road, but that rising 200-day moving average is pretty compelling. You know, if you want to get a little bit cheaper, maybe $1.75. And Gold Royalty Corporation, exactly flat for the week. I bought some more last week at $1.41 and I think $1.40. Yeah, $1.41 and $1.40. And yeah, I think this one's a deal. I still, although I didn't put it, I forgot to put the arrow. Anyways, I still have a limit order down here for $1.20. And Origin royalties up 5% for the week. So you'll remember last Friday bought some more Origin, and then on Monday bought some more again. Got it at $1.01, I believe. Yeah. And what was it on Friday? It looks like 102. Not really sure why it sold off, but yeah, I like this company a lot. It got cheaper, bought more. We trimmed up here at 115 or what is it, 113, and then got in down here around $1. Yeah, I think this is going to do very, very, very well. And gold, what is it? I'm sorry, Barrick Gold was down 3.4% for the week. So kind of waiting on the Mali government to name their price. I put in a limit order in down here for $17.80. They had, you know, not fantastic, what do you call it, quarterly report. Brought it down quite a bit, went through our best buy line right here of $18.50. I'm going to move that down here to $17.80, and now that will be the new one, but got a limit order in for that. Look at RSI down here at 33. If it gets down to that level, it'll probably be in the high 20s. And Newmont down 0.5% for the week. Also made a purchase on this on election day, or the election day results, day after election. Just hit right here on the 200 moving average and then bounced up. I thought about running an option on this one. I think I talked about that last week, and I ended up just buying straight up shares. So, I mean, this is where TA can really help you out. You know, it allows you to buy down here when stuff is really cheap, sell up here when it's expensive, and then get back in and basically just keep riding the next wave, you know. Agnico Eagle is, where are we here? There we go, is down 2.3% for the week. Moved a week before last past the point of concern. At some point you got to pay yourself. I would start to become interested again if it gets down around the $73 mark, or we get some technicals that show that we're kind of petering out. And B2 Gold is down 10.3% for the week. So I like a buy now. I like a buy also. See this gap right here in, when is that, September 11th to 12th? See how it just gapped up right there? I would like to see that gap filled. So if you're going to get some of this, I think an order just above that, which would be like $2.75, something like that would be nice. Also, you know, the other side of the coin is cheap now. You know, buy when it's cheap. You could do that. But as far as technically, I'd like to see it come back down around to this like rising green trend line right here, maybe around 285. Basically anything cheaper than now is an even better deal. And Equinox up 7% for the week. So didn't quite catch this $5 one right here. I know you did, Amp. You got it at $5. Congratulations. Nice catch. I had my limit order hit for $5.35. Wishing I would have put $5, but I could see straight looking backwards. So now it's above the 200 moving average. I think I'm fine with this position now. You guys probably are too. And now we wait 6 to 12 months and trim our position when it hits $7 or $8. And let's see. Oh, we went over both of these companies, B2 Gold and Equinox, in the Rural Classroom. So if you want to take a deeper dive, then join us at the Rural Classroom. It's free. There's loads of free content over at the Rural Classroom. And Rick has 2 Q&As coming up in the Rural Classroom on November 14th and 28th. It's totally free. You can ask Rick whatever you want. And after that, if you're a serious investor, join us in the Rural Classroom Plus. It is a... Rick and I just did another Q&A. We talked about the market's reaction to the election and a Trump win. We talked about Barrick, Molly, Agnico Eagle, B2, Equinox, Woodside, Blackstone Minerals, Africa Oil, Hot Chili, Uroy, and a lot of other companies. The Rural Classroom Plus, I've been saying $30. I found it's actually $29. So I guess I was rounding up. $29 per month. That's not going to last much longer. We've got, it's just too cheap. So if you get in now before we up the price, you'll be grandfathered in. And you'll also get access to a presentation that's coming up in February, Lifestyle Companies by Doug Silver, basically how to avoid them, right? It's a really smart group of people. You learn from the best. There's several people in the classroom that invest in natural resource companies for a living. One of the students is even the CEO of a prospect generator company, John over at Riverside Resources. Fantastic group. The price is going up soon, so lock it in. $29 is way too cheap for what we actually do over there, but you can lock it in and get grandfathered in. I hope to see you there. Link is in the pinned comment below. Alrighty, and moving on to G Mining Ventures, another one we picked up at the Rural Classroom. This one is down 4.9% for the week, so I'd love to get this back down to 6 so I can buy more. I don't think that's going to happen without a washout in gold, but hopefully it does. But first, support there if you want some is at $7.75. And Rio 2. So we got financing secured. Jordan Royburn just put out an interview with Alex Black. I'd recommend to go watching that. And Rio 2 is down 6% for the week. So I moved my limit order up from 40 cents up to 46, and I got within fractions of a penny of that hitting, but it did not fill. I think this will come back down next week. I may actually even end up lowering this maybe a little bit closer, like 45, 44. Maybe I'm just getting cheap. But they're financing secured. They're ready to start building. I love this one. And silver is down 3.8% for the week. So it's probably going to be a little bit before we see 35 again. So that first order, if you guys had no silver at $32, that hit. Next one that I see with a lot of support is going to be the $30 level. So I think anywhere south of 30 we're going to want to be accumulating this thing. I don't know that we'll ever see 26 again, but I hope we do. And gold divided by silver. Let's see, last week it was 84 to 1. This week it's almost 86 to 1. So I was right in that aspect that silver got more washed out than gold. SIL is down 1.4% for the week. So, first level, 35 probably is a starter entry, and then a stink bid down here around 31.50. SILJ down 2.4% for the week. So I'm going to be adding more around this 1150 level right here. I think if and when it got down around there, hopefully it would, around that level, or I'll be moving this up as the 200 moving average gets higher. Pan American Silver up 1.5% for the week. So I'll be looking to add down here around 19, and first trim of the position will be happening up here at 28. And Fortuna Silver Mines is, let's see, down 2.5% for the week. So this is right here, another textbook entry, kind of like Newmont. See, just hit right there on the 200-day moving average and shot up. So just broke this trend line for a hot minute and then came right back up. That was on Wednesday, of course, election results day, and then shot right back up. But yeah, that would be a textbook entry right there. I put the limit order down here at $4.25. Didn't quite reach that, but just like when you guys see these things, like that's one to remember right there for as far as like an entry. All right, SILV, Silvercrest Metals, up 5.7% for the week. So kind of decreasing volume down here, at least on Friday. Shot up a little bit, but yeah, I want to see more stretch technicals. I want to see it come back down here and touch the 200 moving average like it did down there, and then that would be a nice setup. And Endeavor Silver down 4.5% for the week. Probably going to get some little more consolidation out of this. The first level I'd be looking at here is $4, and then after that a stink bid around $3. And copper, paging Dr. Copper, sideways to slightly up. So it's still obeying the trend line and the 200-day moving average. So still staying above this white trend line and kind of obeying that 200-day moving average. I think next week we're probably angling down. And COPX is down 0.25% for the week. Just hit right on that 200 moving average on Friday. I'd say the first level to look at here would be 42 and then down here around 39. I am loving this software, TradingView. I honestly don't know how you would cherry pick these bottoms like this, without this software. I don't even think it's possible. You're just not going to do it. The neat thing is about this software right now is we have their biggest sale of the year coming up. It is Black Friday, and it's landing on our doorstep November 25th. So for a limited time only, you'll be able to buy annual plans for up to 70% off, and then they also give you an extra month for free. So you save yourself some dough by using the link down in the pinned comment below. Try it out first for free, and then if you want your deal, the 70% off, that is November 25th. So make sure you mark your calendar for that. And try it out for free. Apparently now they lifted the 30-day thing. You can try it free for as long as you want. You don't get all these cool indicators and stuff like that, but it really gives you an idea of whether you like it or not. And if you don't, well, it was free. COPJ. Okay, this one I think is going to do very well in the copper bull market as soon as we get through this recession. So this one is up 0.9% for the week. First level I'm going to be looking at here is 21, and then after that 1950. And Freeport up 1.7% for the week. So if you were watching this one for your limit order, the first one hit at 45.75, and then after that I really like this level down here at $40. And Arizona Metals up 27% for the week. Is that right? Yeah, 26.92% for the week. So up 27% for the week. We're finally doing something here, and they are advertising. So that's fantastic. Good to see them in the news and promoting their deposit. They had some great drill results. Peter and Michael Gentili did a couple of episodes on it. So check out Peter's channel over there to get caught up. Munduro Capital up 3.6% for the week. So if you want a piece of this company, I see a first limit order down here at 13 cents, which it hit day before last. I have a limit order stink bid down in here at like 9 cents, although I don't know that that'll hit. Maybe we'll get a recession and I'll get that thing filled. And uranium. We got a question here from Stephen. He says, hi, Stephen. Thanks again for your expert analysis and time. He says, there's so many paid newsletters and services giving mining stock picks and timing when to buy and sell. Would you have any recommendations on which you feel rank among the best, most accurate, and economical? Hard part is knowing when not to ride your profit wave back down. Thank you, Stephen. Okay, so first and foremost, you're asking economical and accurate. I would start with the Rule Classroom. Economical, it's free, so it doesn't get any better than that, and it's led by Rick Rule. What more do you want? Then I also Lobo's newsletter. That one's free. It comes every Friday, Saturday, and he gives his macro view on all the commodities that we follow. I would do the Rule Classroom Plus, $29 a month, and that's going to be going up soon. So I would get that one grandfathered in, once or twice a month. We get Rick Rule, and we get in the Rule Classroom. You can ask him as many questions as you want, but there's hundreds of people in the free version, and there's dozens in when we do our live chats with Rick. So everyone gets their question asked. So for $29 a month. On top of that, you got Joe Mazumdar, who is a economic geologist that is walking these mine sites. You have Adrian Day, who's a money manager. You have Joel Littman, who's a money manager. You got Doug Silver doing presentations. It's not going to be $29 for much longer. So I would lock that one in. I also like Jordan Roosh over at Mining Stock Monkey. For what the information he puts out, the newsletter is very underpriced. I'll say that. And it really good over there. I like that one a lot. I also like Jordan Royburn at the Daily Gold. He follows the junior gold miners and junior silver miners. So the stuff that's super leveraged to this. I like Steve Penny and Jerry Robinson over at Silver Chartist. I love that service. I've been with them for years. And if you like Uranium Insider, Justin Hune. I'll put all the links. Some of them are affiliate links, some are not. But I'll put all the links down in the pinned comment below. So hope that helps. Alrighty, and uranium is, down 2.4% for the week. So it's slightly concerned here. Dropping below our white line. I feel like I'm doing my part by drawing the white line, and uranium's not doing its part by falling below that. So close the week at 76.50. Uranium divided by gold is getting cheaper. It fell 0.4% for the week, so still very cheap in relation to gold. SRUUF. Okay, I almost pulled the trigger on this one, down 3.9% for the week. Almost pulled the trigger. The discount still got 66.1 million pounds sitting unavailable to utilities, but the discount got down to 8 point something. I can't remember exactly. You know what? I think I have it up here. Let's see. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust. There we go. Discount 8.75%. So not quite the 12 to 16% discount that my kindergarten way of playing it, but getting close. And on top of that, we've had the physical uranium price drop like this when we think the floor should be around 80. So I could definitely see adding a position here and trading this again at around 1725. I might put a limit order in over the weekend for 1680, 1675, something like that. Let me draw a little circle here so I don't forget. There we go. That ought to remind me. We're getting real close to making this a trade again. And Cameco up 0.1% for the week. I see first level support around this 200 moving average. We got a golden cross right here on Cameco. First level 47, stink bid 41. Kazatomprom is up 2.6% for the week. We got to extend the box here. What's in the box? Kazatompром's price action. What movie is that from? Put it down in the comments below. URNM, our favorite uranium ETF, up 0.5% for the week. So hopefully this gets sold off a little bit and we can add a little bit more down here around this green up channel trend line. There was a little moment here you could add if you wanted to around this 50 moving average. RSI got down to 39. The way I played this one was I added on URNJ. I wanted just a little bit more leverage, and this is kind of textbook here. I mean, we have a retracement. It hit right on the 50% retracement and right on the 50 moving average. RSI wasn't super low. It was only down around 40. But, if this continues to get sold off even more, I'll be adding more like I did back here. But I think when we hit the next wave on the uranium bull market, URNJ is going to pay off really well. And we got a target price up here of around 29 or 30 bucks. URNM divided by uranium is up 2.9% for the week. So pretty cool there. meaning that the uranium miners outperformed uranium. URNJ divided by Cameco, Kazatomprom, and Sprott Physical Uranium Trust is up 1%. So URNJ outperforming the majors and the metal itself. And UROI is up 0.7% for the week. So really liking this $2.50 level. That's right around where the 200 and the 50 are meeting there. And we just got a golden cross. So I think I'd like to see this sell off back down to there. And a stink bid is going to be down here around $1.90, although I don't think that's going to hit. Not anytime soon, anyways. Some people watch the Qs. We watch the Us up 12.7% for the week. Fantastic. So that yellow line that we had drawn hit on Monday and then just shot up. What's that percentage just in 5 days? Let's say you bought it exactly on that line and sold it at the close on Friday. That's 15% at $5.50. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. UEC is up 8.8% for the week. So past the point on concern on this one for a while. I may actually sell a little more once it gets up here. I'm not sure. But all-time highs here, $8.65. And as far as, oh, look at that, another golden cross here in a lot of these uranium equities. They all seem to follow suit. But I put the first limit order down here around $6.25 and then stink bid at $5.50. UEC is going to be out at the New Orleans Investment Conference. That's going to be November 20th through 23rd. Brian London's been nice enough to give us a spot on the media row. So super excited about that. Got a heck of a rock star lineup. I'm really excited about interviewing these companies and a lot of the people that are going to be there. We've got Brian London, of course. He's putting it on. We also have George Gammon. We got Rick Rule, Danielle DiMartino-Booth, Brent Johnson, James Grant. Going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited. I would love to meet you out there. One thing I like about these conferences is, like we were talking earlier about the lifestyle companies and how to avoid them, is you can find them here. Maybe not necessarily here at this one, but going to these live conferences, how can I describe it? You get to see the CEO when you walk in front of the booth, and every single time that guy is just playing a game on his phone. He's not real engaged of, getting you and getting your action. I don't want people tugging on my shirt, but I also want to just see them there smiling and wanting to talk about their company. Little story of a lifestyle company. At one of these conferences, I listened to a 45-minute presentation by the CEO. I was sold. I went back to my room and I spent about an hour and a half putting together questions so that I could interview him in front of his booth. I went back down an hour and a half later and he wasn't in front of his booth. I was like, okay, maybe he went to the bathroom or something, So I asked the girls at the front desk if they had seen him, and they said, oh yeah, he came by a little bit ago and he was miffed because he had lost his Prada sunglasses. I'm like, Prada sunglasses. All right, I can't. All right, well, maybe they were a gift, right? And I said, did you see which way he went? Like, where'd he go? And they're like, oh yeah, he walked by here in his board shorts and he was going to the pool. I'm like, wow, we're not even at lunchtime yet. And this guy took the last day off to go to the pool. Instead of sitting in front of his booth talking about his company, he took the time off and went to the pool. So that was a pretty easy decision. I remember telling Andy Scheckman that story later on in the day, and he's like, wow, that guy did you a favor. That was a lifestyle company. And he's absolutely right, they did. So love these conferences. I'll be at this one, and would love to see you guys there. Link is in the pinned comment below if you want to join me. I'd love to meet you and shoot the breeze. Okay, and oil is, let's see, what would that be? WTI is up 1.3% for the week. Brent is up 0.1% for the week. And gold divided by oil is, let's see, the ratio now is 38.2 barrels of oil to get you 1 ounce of gold. Oil got a little bit stronger last week. And Oil got stronger by 3.2%. Gold got weaker by that exact same percentage. XLE is up 6.5% for the week, so just shot up. Pretty impressive here, tapping on this resistance line up here around 94.50. Exxon Mobil up 5.4% for the week, so oil having a great week. I think a lot of this was the Trump premium, the drill baby drill, lingo. So the limit order that we said for the newbies in oil at 114 almost hit. It got down to 115, kind of bounced around this 200 moving average and then shot up. I think that's kind of going to be the name of the game from now on, is basically playing this rising 200 moving average. And Chevron up 2.5% for the week, not as much as Exxon, but still good. I don't see any buys here. The buys were back here when it was $140 a share and everyone was asking about it. That was the time to get in. You could also go here by this rising 200 weekly moving average, which would put you around the same price point, around 143 or so. Same thing with Occidental. It looks like it's a pretty good deal right where it is now. Warren Buffett loves this one, and it's gotten cheaper since he started buying it. So an even better deal, up 1.9%. Did fall below the rising 200 weekly moving average. Still trading around there, but now it has to break through that as resistance instead of it acting as support. Blackstone Minerals up 0.8% for the week. I was hoping that we'd have some kind of setup for this option, but didn't have one. Sometimes, like right here, you can see when the dividend comes, boom, it gets sold off. This one really didn't. It had the dividend on Friday, and there wasn't really much. I suppose all the way up from there, from 15, yeah, there was some selling pressure, but not a tradable one that I see that, that looked like a good setup. Look at this one over here. This dividend went boom and shot all the way down. This one didn't really have the correction like these last others did, where we could run an option on it, but maybe it'll come a little bit later. We'll see. And freehold royalties for Canadians north of the border, 1.1%. It's up 1.1%. Got great dividends, basically an 8% dividend at $13.50, an 8.3% dividend if you snag it down here at $13. Natural gas is up 0.2% for the week. My bias was down last week, and it's up a fifth of 1%, so that was a little off. But my bias for next week is actually going to be down. Yeah, this chart pattern looks like it's going to be angling down a little bit. The one thing that would make me caution that is we have this 14 average right here on the RSI, and it might get caught by that to bring it up. And Devon Energy up 1.4% for the week. Still got limit orders at $38. We'll see if the second part of that order fills. Love this company a lot. They had a great earnings call. They're making money. I think that when going over this in the rural classroom, Rick's like, yeah, if you got a 5-year time frame, this is absolutely a no-brainer, and you get paid a dividend along the way. It doesn't look like they're going to do their special dividend, but still, hang on to this one for the long term. Natural gas should do very, very, very well. Woodside up 0.4% for the week. Pretty textbook double bottom, especially if you caught it right here on Wednesday. That, is about as textbook as it gets for a double bottom. Birchcliff down 1.5% for the week. Still got the limit order in here for $3.55. I think that will probably hit next week, so fingers crossed. And Pado up 1.8% for the week. Still got the limit order in here for $10.65, and then another one down here at $9.75. And thermal coal, moving on to coal. Thermal coal is down 0.5% this week. Met coal is up 0.4% for the week, so still trading in that range. And our favorite coal ETF is up 6.4% for the week, so close the week at 24.53. Still got the limit order in down here for 20. Not sure if that's going to happen. Glencore is down 3.2% for the week. So still got our limit orders in here for $9.40. We might need to up those a little bit, but I'm really hoping that we'll get some more selling pressure in here. I think we will. AMR is up 16.8% for the week. So had less than stellar earnings, but I think they're buying back shares, which is pushing up the price, which is pretty nice. Still got the limit order in here for 186. Peabody BTU shot up on the Trump news, and the little secret money hack here for BTU looks like it's not playing anymore. Not playing anymore. But I don't see any buys on this. I mean, technicals are super stretched out here. I don't really see any put actions. No, don't see anything on this. We want to wait for this to get sold off a little bit more before we buy any. And platinum is down 2.4% for the week. So I like the support at 960 here a lot. I like 900 even better. And PPLT is down 2.1% for the week. $85, $80, both look great. And Crankbait says, do you ever look at PLTM rather than PPLT? No, I'd never heard of it. Thank you for pointing it out. And so we'll do a side-by-side comparison here of this one. Okay, so this is PPLT on the left, PLTEM on the right. The main thing that sticks out at me right here is the expense ratio is a little bit higher on PPLT. Is 0.6 and PLTM is only 0.5. So I like that. But the main thing here is the assets under management. So they have $1 billion worth of platinum under PPLT, and they only have 44 million under PLTM. So as far as liquidity, PPLT takes the cake. It costs you an extra $10 for every 10,000 you invest per year in the PPLT one. But as far as liquidity, I just like it. I like it more. It's the first one I heard of. I'm not going to sell it and then buy this one. For every 100 ounces that PPLT has in the vault, PLTM only has 4. So that's kind of the comparison. But yeah, if you want to save a little bit on management fees, both the charts, let's go back to TradingView. There we go. Both the charts look basically a carbon copy of each other. I mean, there's that one. There's that one. Kind of tough to tell which one you're looking at unless you know the ticker, right? All right. And Palladium is down 10.5% for the week. So maybe that Russian story news was not accurate. Getting down, touching right on the 200-day moving average. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if it bounces up next week. PALL down about the same, 10.3% for the week, and hitting right there on the 200 moving average. RSI is 38, so it might have a little bit more to go. Maybe it just goes sideways for a bit, but that's kind of textbook right there. And SPPP is down 5.8% for the week. Yeah, interesting entry point. I mean, I could see buying there for sure. Had some pretty high selling pressure, got up right around where we drew the white line, came right back down. And stink bids on this are still going to be $9 and $8.25, but that is a compelling entry. If you don't have any platinum or palladium, might be a good starting position. And platinum divided by gold. Russia, I like a screen name here. Russia, China, North Korea State TV says, I would never take the platinum trade unless it was the silver to platinum to gold trade. So funny you mentioned that. Today I did exactly that. I called Andy Scheckman over at Miles Franklin and I placed an order today. I'm trading some of my silver for platinum. I really like the ratios here. Look at how cheap gold is, look at how cheap platinum is compared to gold. So the ratio now is 0.36 to 1. So you can almost trade one gold coin for almost 3 ounces of platinum, right? And look at what it is here down on silver. It's 31 to 1. So you can almost trade a kilo of silver for 1 ounce of platinum. That's pretty incredible, and that's exactly what I did today. I love holding this stuff in my hand because there is zero counterparty risk. And, I like the guys over at Miles Franklin as far as service. They're top notch. They're insured. They deliver in a discreet package that requires your signature to receive. You can email them info@milesfranklin.com. Please tell them In It to Win It sent you and get your physical precious metals today. Nickel futures are up 2.8% for the week. That's a pretty textbook triple bottom right there, and it bounced right back up. NIKL, our favorite nickel miners ETF, just got to say, this looks like it's hitting in a really nice Fibonacci retracement right here, right at the 61.8% retracement level. So I think about, a buy now is nice. And Centaurus Metals is down 7.5% for the week. Coming right back down in a bit of a Fibonacci, kind of around the 200 moving average, around 27 or so, but I still like a stink bid down here for 21 cents. And iron ore is up 1.3% for the week, closed the week at 103.82. BHP, so we've been talking about the $55 level for like ever, and it hit there. If you're super patient, you can wait for the $52 level. It'll probably eventually get there. But yeah, like buys around now, historically that's been a pretty decent price. And Rio Tinto is down 1.4% for the week. Basically got support at 60 and resistance on this downward channel white line right here, so around $70. And PIC, our favorite metals and mining ETF, is up 1% for the week. This one's also hitting this $40 level that I wrote right here is a 50% retracement on the last run up. So that's kind of nice for a limit order. 61.8% retracement would be at 39, and stink bid is at 36.25. Nutrien down 0.1% for the week. So if you want to bet on fertilizer, this is a nice one to do it. I still like limit orders down here around $45. And Bitcoin had an amazing run right here, just shot up on as the election results were coming in, and then when it was finally announced on Wednesday. I think a lot of that is the Trump premium. But I mean, this is going to show that I was absolutely wrong about this. I thought that we would be getting lower highs as we went along and lower lows, and that did not happen. It looks like this bull flag played out, shot up to the upside, and we are making new all-time highs in Bitcoin. So pretty exciting. I hope this actually plays out. No government regulation, just let it be the people's money, and let's do this. Alrighty, well, I hope you guys got something out of that. Thank you for always being here. Hope to see you at the New Orleans conference, and definitely check out the Rule Classroom. It's free. And for serious investors, check out the Rule Classroom Plus at $29 per month. That price will not be here much longer. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to support the show and share this with anyone that you think needs to hear it. It's probably your buddy that can't stop talking about tech stocks. You have yourself a great rest of the day, and we will talk to you next time.